Today we are at another place that was recommended by one of our subscribers, and I'm watching a fish jump out there, which is quite nice. It is quite pretty over there, but you're not seeing much in the way of places for the past. Well, how about that? That is definitely places for the past. That's a good sign. And interestingly, beside that, there's a little thing here. It says there are 5 war graves in this cemetery that are maintained by members of the Royal British Legion, Scotland. An interesting thing about this graveyard is if you look on the old maps on the National Libraries of Scotland website, it shows you that there is this burial ground. But if you go back in time to before this burial ground was here, there's a church on the other side of that wall and an older burial ground, and that's where we're going to head first because that'll be the most interesting bit. There's also, interestingly on the old maps, this, which is a bit away and we can't see a way into it when we drove past, but I'm definitely going to go for a look. So that is the comparatively more modern bit there, but if you think that looks quite interesting, then what about that? This is the site of the old church, or the old chapel, so let's go and see if there's anything left of that. This does look, what's that word I keep using? Oh yeah, amazing. And interestingly, that bit out there is maintained and the grass has all been cut, as you can see, and in here it hasn't. I prefer it this way. So let's go to this this one here and see where we are starting off. I said that like I'd be able to read it. John somebody, yeah, that's, that's not legible. Somebody give me a date. How about you? Blah blah blah, 1905 I'm guessing, aged 83, so not actually massively old. Okay, let's start in this corner over here and then work backwards. There are some very, very impressive monuments in this place, and it just took me 3 attempts to say the word monuments. You would have got a take that says monuments if you look on our outtakes reel. This is a bit of a challenge to get to, but this is the furthest corner of the, I'm guessing the oldest bit, and it is in memory of Archibald MacDonald, a native of Mull, and for the last 25 years road contractor in, in somewhere, where he died 9th of July 1879, leaving all his effects, holograph Gaelic will to the foreign mission of the Free Church. Oh, tabletop tombstone, might be an older one. Let's see what we can see. It's a bit mossy and overgrown, but 1920, no, that is Job 19, that's a Bible reference. Somebody who died aged 43. All we need is a year. Where's the year? Where's the year? Ah, wow, that is quite an old year, 1724. And straight behind 1724 we have got newer, let's have a look. 1836, that says, 1836, and that is John Campbell. Right, let's keep going up this way. We're looking for some really old stuff because we know there was an old church here, but so far, seeing some things that have the shape of old gravestones, like this one here with its scroll top. But let's see if we can see anything interesting on it date-wise. No, can't see a date on that. Erected by John and somebody McVicar to the memory of their brother Alexander McVicar, but the date is down here somewhere. There's a March, and then it's I'm going to say 1743 is what it looks like, depending on how you squint at it. I've been squinting at this one for quite a while. And next to that, there's another McVicar who died in 19th of October 1891, and that is David McVicar. So this is the McVicar corner of the church, and that is not the McVicar. That is William Douglas, who is the sheriff. Did I say Sheriff Clark? There we go. Sheriff Clark of Argyllshire. That's what it says. Who died at Inverary in 1903. Looking for evidence of the old building that used to be here and not finding any, but let's keep going. That's quite impressive, isn't it? A cherub's head. Memory of yeah, again, quite old and very weathered. What about this little one next to it? This has got quite a deep inscription on it. Let's Edward, son to Christopher Flynn, who died April 1809. So this is a very, very old graveyard, consistently very old and also very overgrown. In memory of John Campbell, a merchant from Auchagoyle who died in 1872. And then one that is properly overgrown, very, very pretty. And then Duncan Campbell, who died at Furness, which is a place just up the road, in 1885. Right, we're into a very slightly newer bit. Oh, there's erected by the Brethren of the Lodge of Inverary, St John, number 50, in memory of Brother Nicholman, worshipful past master who for many years was much loved. He died in 1880 something, and that is a Masonic symbol there, so he was a Freemason. I'm just stopping for a moment from my gibbering to say, look at that view. This is a picture postcard cemetery, and this is only one little bit of it. Just that whole sort of aisle of tombstones with the sun and the blue skies. This is incredible. I am loving this quite a lot. Another scroll-topped tombstone. That usually means they're quite old. To the memory of Neil McLachlan, Neil McLachlan Taylor, who died the 28th of January 1809. Yeah, this place is brilliant. All these stones are quite old. Somebody's daughter who died in 1895, now getting lost into the ground. And let's have a look at this one. This is all one take. I hope you're very, very impressed. In memory of Christian Elder, relict of the Christine. Relict is widow of somebody called Simon Hall, who died 1807. That is another really, really nice stone. This place is just amazing. This row down here are being lost in the rather dense vegetation. Here we go. This one's got a list of names now. I'm guessing it's family. By Hugh McDougall and Margaret Sinclair in memory of their family. John, who died aged 11. Elizabeth, who died aged 1. Archibald, 13. Margaret, 4. John, 4 months. Robert, who made it 27 years. He did really well. Catherine, who made it to 14 years. And Duncan, who made it to 31. So 31 was the best that they managed. Heading into the centre of this part of the graveyard, I saw something from over there that looked quite interesting, so we'll go and see if it looks quite interesting from close up. It's just interesting because it's a completely different shape. It's a very narrow piece of stone, and it's got a carving at the top. I'm guessing that is legs, and there would have been like a cherub up there. That could have actually been part of a cross, maybe. Not sure, but that's what's left of it now, is a stump. Okay, I think this might be in our top 10 graveyards that we've ever found. This is to the memory of somebody, Charles, can't really see that, anything on there. Oh yeah, 1763, and it's got the cherub and the wings and the columns and lots of stuff you might recognise. But so far in this gravestone, no skulls and crossbones, so let's see if we can find any skulls and crossbones. Just literally tripped over this, ouch. It is the vaulted top of a really, really big tabletop tombstone. Nothing left on it over there, but still some inscription carvings there. If that was a handle or something. Oh no, there's something under that as well. I don't like taking things off because but I'm quite glad I did. Look at that. That's a bone then, so there'll be a bone there. Not one underneath, but look at that skull. That's probably not seen the light of day in years. Amazing. In this bit there are more 1800s, nothing is very legible. That one's quite nice. That is erected by James Mackenzie in memory of Mary Bella, B-E-L, Mary Bella, I thought Mary Bell, not Bella, be quiet Iain. His wife, who died in, there you are, 1800, June the 6th, 1800, aged 39 years. So we were looking for skull and crossbones, we found one, and then on this slab down here we've found another one. This is really nice. Oh sorry, so I'm standing on it. Oops, don't want to upset whoever's under there. So I step across to the side and find them standing on another one. I think I'll just have to, actually no, there's a big slab there that goes along there, and then there is that, which says, let's see, memento. No, it doesn't say it. I'm trying to make it, if it says Memento Mori, I would know what it says. It says Mac. So that'll be somebody's name up there. And then down below there is, there's a head and some wings and a nice shield. So this is obviously the tomb of somebody quite important, but not as important as whoever is in that bit, which has got a big fence around it. This is the one that was I was trying to avoid standing on and failing miserably. It's got script around the side though. That's does it say anything there we can recognise? Oh yeah, that says, upside down, that says Archibald. And yeah, okay, Archibald and. I'm not scraping all the moss off that one to find out what's written on it, no chance. So from the old maps, this is roughly where the old church was. So there's a big tabletop one that's still on its wee legs. I think, is it still on its legs? Or is that just something else that's been put underneath it? Oh, it's still on its legs, that one is still standing. and then more old stuff over here, and then more fenced off bits for the local great and good. And yeah, I don't know what to tell you, this place is brilliant. If you're ever passing, stop. It's not immediately obvious where it is when you arrive, you could easily miss it, but it is definitely worth the stop. There are some more across this opposite wall that is erected to the memory of John McKellar, who was, what does that say? Coach. What's that say? Thinker. It looks like Kinker. Rinker? It says coach something, who died November 1829. I have no idea what that is. What does that say? That's definitely coach, yeah? And that is R-I-N-K. I've got no idea. And here's somebody who is quite possessive. It says, this burial place belongs to, and it says Patrick Brown. All right, a fairly normal name. He's not a Mac anything. Blah blah blah, yada yada yada. 1770 for old Patrick there, and is this belongs to me. Get off, get off. And another person who needed a little extra bit of security because they've got a fence, but it's I can't even. Let's go and see who it is. Let's give them a bit of memory, a bit of memento. It is Catherine Ross, spouse of Robert McKellar. What does that say? That must be the place. Does that say? Innkeeper at Inverary, who died September 1830, aged 51. So that's cool. I can actually read that one. Innkeeper at Inverary. These things are always easy to read once you actually know what they say. This one is another great and good of the local area. Has it got a year? Yes, 1863. It is Alexander Campbell Rankin, writer from Inverary and town clerk of the borough. Oh, and just up from the town clerk of the borough, there's another, oh, look at that moment. This place is full of look at that moments. That is, somebody's peeled all that back. That's been undercover and somebody has hoiked it all back. And let's see what we can see. Right, I'm going to have to read this and then get back to you if I can figure out what it says. So that big pink slab we were just looking at, the bit that somebody's already peeled back, that wasn't me. It says something day of March 1700. His age 70, so there must be writing all the way around the edge of that. His name is somewhere under there. And next to that, there's another very similar one. This place is, have I said this place is amazing? Shall we go up there and see what's up in the very top corner? I think we might. Oh, this is proper off-roading to get up to this bit. Oh, there's something, oh, it's a tabletop tombstone, but it's quite a modern one. In fact, the latest inscription on here is 1960, so that's yeah, that is comparatively recent. Certainly the most recent one in this part of the graveyard by quite a long way. But there, time to stop for a wee look down at the loch and the graveyard, and wow, just wow. I like it when we find new expressions. That one says Memoriae Sacrae, so it's Latin, I guess, of Duncan McNichol, shoemaker in Inverary, who died in 1835, aged 75, and his spouse Janet, who died in 1827, I think that says. There's something a bit different. That has got a marble, I'm guessing, sort of insert. All it says on it is ACR. Maybe they had to pay by the letter, so yeah, just put on his initials and R. This place really just does not have a bad angle, even when you can't see the sea. And when you can see the sea, it's even more impressive. Right, we're going to head now into what I think is a newer part, certainly the part that is maintained, because that is where the Commonwealth war graves are. And on the way out I saw this. I like the way this has been worded. This is erected by Sarah McFarlane to the memory of Alexander Davis Sadler in Inverary, and then in brackets, her husband, just in case you weren't sure, who departed this life the 12th day of November 1821, and of their infant son Alexander, who doesn't have a date of death recorded. Could definitely spend a lot of time in this graveyard, but don't have the time today, so we're going to head now into the bit through there that is, like I said, looks much newer. Find out from the dates on the stones, but it's certainly better kept. Somebody cuts the grass. We know from the sign that there are 5 Commonwealth war graves in this cemetery, so let's see if we can find all 5. That is Private Sinclair, Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders from 1915, and there's De Niro, who is a greyhound, but today he is a gravehound. The tombs here are from up to the 1970s, I think, looking at the inscriptions. They go back to the 1800s, but up to the 1900s. And over here, looking for the 5 war graves, we found one, and there is number 2 and number 3. That is Sapper W.E.C. Jukes of the Royal Engineers, 1944, oh, Second World War. And driver J. Dolan, Military Medal of the Royal Engineers, also, 1942, sorry, it's 1942 there, 1944 on the left. Oh, they've just got two stone balls for markers. Let's keep going up here. We're looking for another two Commonwealth war graves. So I'm going to head up this hill in hope that they are up here. And if not, we'll go and say hello to Donald Clark, who died at Inverary in 1936. And his wife Betsy. And then Neil Munro, who's got a very old looking gravestone, but it's actually from 1930. He was a novelist, a poet and a journalist, apparently. In loving memory of the Honourable John William Weir of Dunderav Castle, Inverary, captain in the 4th Cameron Highlanders. Yeah, the Honourable John William was a captain. I bet that was based on merit. Beloved husband of Marguerite McKechnie and second son of Viscount and Viscountess Weir of Eastwood. No idea where that is, and yeah, some stuff there. You can read it for yourself. Blah blah blah. Okay, if you want any evidence that I don't really know what I'm doing and I'm a bit thick, I've looked at this one. It says, in loving memory of Henry J.P. Dunn, and then something M.A. And I was looking at this, it's like, is that shipmaster? It's H. Well, that's a B, so it's B master. And then I read the rest of it, of Inverary Public School. It's not a B, it's a D, and he was the headmaster. Oops. Anywhere else I'd be enthusing about how amazing this cemetery is, but it's knocked into a cocked hat by the bit on the other side of that wall that we looked at a wee bit earlier. But while we're here, and with a slow pan so nobody gets a headache, this always fascinates me when you get, this is in memory of his wife Christina Calder, or Calder I think, who died January 13th, 1867, aged 45, and of their two children who died in infancy. Iain, get a grip. But look at that. Somebody has been erased and then put in again. And also of their son John, who died 1869, aged 27. So I'm guessing that the two children who died in infancy were up there, possibly. And then when John died, he said, no, I should be next. So he's had them erased. He's been put in, and they're probably a bit lower down. That's a guess, but it's an educated guess. Failing at the finding of the 5 war graves. We've got as far as 3, and that is us. I cannot see any more. I've been up and down, and De Niro has sniffed every single thing, and we can't find the other 2 war graves. We'll just take a walk up this way past Anne MacDonald, who aged 32 in the 5th of May 1870, and Elizabeth Napier, who died 1880, and Mary Lamont, who died at Inverary, duh, where we are. I've said it often enough, 1881, and yeah, lots of nice stones. That's a very old looking stone for this part of the graveyard, but anyway, lots and lots of nice stones, but no more war graves. I have no idea. Right, okay, I'm going to go back into this bit to see if we can find any more war graves. I found 3 of 5, but in here before I didn't see anything that was that sort of shape, but then again I wasn't really looking, so let's go. And if they're war graves, they'll be in a nicely tended bit, and none of this has been nicely tended, so yeah, no idea. As I keep saying, my ignorance knows no bounds. Oh, but did we look at that massive one that's over there? I don't think we did. Let's go with De Niro leading the way. Anybody that watches our stuff on Scotland on a Shoestring will know that De Niro always leads the way. Okay, this is the last one for today. I think this is erected by Robert Napier, Smith to Argyll. That must be Smith. He must have been the Smith to, like, the Argyll must be what they called the Duke of Argyll, to the memory of his virtuous and beloved son John, who died 1824, aged 26. Obviously a man with a few quid, judging by that memorial compared to the other ones in the immediate vicinity. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4 out of 5, that's not bad, and that is definitely us done for this wee graveyard. I do hope you've enjoyed it, and if anybody has any suggestions of places we should visit, please let us know, because so far we've had some beauties.